and welcome back to the Games Gamers, trying to give you different content here on this channel from other Star Citizen content creators. That's right, today we're going to be talking about planetary environments and weather systems. Now, what got me onto this topic? This video here from Around the Verse, also featured in Reverse the Verse 2.5 UK edition. Jared brought in vehicle art director Nathan Dearsley, and he talked in depth about the assets they were going to draw in on planets. Look at this derelict Starfarer. Look at the wind, the way that it reacts with the Starfarer, with the sand, with the anything around it. A blurb that Nathan brought to light with discussion, of course, designers and other artists, is the wind tool slider that could move up or down. Now that's all we have right now as far as the weather short term. Very cool. But how far does SIG intend to go with being as accurate as possible that each planet has its own unique weather system? To the point where when I was researching this, I saw a lot of questions from older 10 for the Chairman episodes, people asking questions like this. Will I be able to see actual clouds and weather systems on planets from space? Yes, the answer is yes. Chris in the long term wants 3 criteria to affect dynamic weather systems on planets, and that is the type of planet that it is, the type of sun that the planet revolves around, and the distance from the sun. Now, he's actually brought in university professors to make sure that the weather on the planet will be as accurate as possible. The level of accuracy will be unlike any other game that you have ever witnessed. You can see the wind blowing across these assets in a manner in which I have never seen before. This is in-game footage that made me drool. I am now, the hype is real now. And a lot of people get concerned because they think to themselves, is this going to be like another No Man's Sky, like false promises from Sean Murray? Is Chris Roberts going to do that? No. And you can see that on Star Citizen's YouTube channel. They are so very transparent right now, bringing out so much quality content. I believe they will get to the point on weather systems where not only do you see accurate weather systems going across a planet from space, but as you fly down through the atmosphere will also have those effects, such as flying down through cloud cover, being rained on. They've already talked about atmospheric reentry and how wind will play a role as far as turbulence upon atmospheric reentry as to the shape and size and thrust of a ship. I mean, just imagine for a moment here. Has there ever been a game that has this much detailed accuracy when it comes to the weather that is procedurally generated according to the 3 criteria mentioned, so that basically from space you're seeing the actual weather of a planet that is always dynamic and changing, going through that atmosphere, going through that weather system, landing, looking up at it, knowing that it always changes. The cycles of the day, also based upon rotation and revolution, are going to be accurate. So night and day will also be accurate based upon the planet's distance from the sun, its rotation, its revolution. The days will... What? I'm completely blown away. Not only do they have night and day cycles that are accurate planned into this game, but they're going to have a weather system that is going to be completely dynamic, that is also accurate based upon the planet type, the sun type, the distance from the sun. Is there nothing better than Star Citizen right now? I understand I'm sounding like a complete fanboy, and some would say, you know what, you're getting sold on the dream, man. I can't believe you're swallowing this up. I can't believe you believe it. I do, because they are just so damn transparent. SIG has come through on a lot of promises, and yes, it's taken a while, but it is worth the weight. And yes, what's planned now is very simplistic right now in the short term, as each planet will have its own designated weather system is how they're going to implement it. So there will be like a desert planet, like an ice Hoth kind of planet. Chris says, though, that he would like to actually have planets that are more temperate, that have different climate zones. Imagine the weather systems reacting on a level to where the procedural generation of the planet is just as good as the procedural generation of the weather. Nathan Dearsley also focused, as he was the vehicle art director, on salvage in the derelict ships. You can see here the Starfarer, a derelict Starfarer, and how there will be other points of interest introduced into the planet. As with Chris's vision, he wants other places to go rather than just on landing zones. So these assets, these derelict ships, will be handcrafted lovingly in different locations, and you can guarantee these will be fought over. They will be highly contested areas for resources that you can take and sell on the market. And what a great way to introduce FPS combat other than Star Marine. Just as in any other FPS shooter, you're going to have different vantage points. You're going to have terrain that will provide cover. You'll have high ground versus low ground instances. You have different weapons in the area that you're going to have to worry about, making the game very, very immersive. But I love this idea that Nathan had brought up, that they have a tool within their design suite that is actually a wind slider, producing lower winds, higher winds, the velocity, and that the wind is actually going to interact with not only the planetary environment, the terrain, but will also interact with assets. No other game that I have ever seen really implements this type of system, and it was the sole reason that this video is being made, because it got me very interested into how far they were going to take it. And I am very happy to see that Chris's long-term goals are intact when it comes to the immersive gameplay. Not only will the weather systems be interesting and immersive, but I'm sure that they will also affect FPS gameplay around different types of asset areas. Just imagine you're trying to snipe somebody, got them in the scope, you're lining them up, right? And it just starts to rain. Whoops. Now, will the weather actually get so to the point where you're going to get slippery fingers? No, I don't think they're. I think we're dreaming a little too much if we say that. But it should affect visibility. So snow, rain, those types of weather systems, sandstorms, as we saw in the video, should affect visibility to the point where some shots are going to miss. Great. Weather will affect living or dying in those types of FPS combat scenarios. Now, how many asset areas they're going to be drawn in on the planet was not discussed. Locations, will they always be the same location? Or will they actually change depending upon looting an area? Will then that derelict ship leave, or will the loot items be refreshed? How will that affect the economy if those items are refreshed? In my mind, I would imagine that once a derelict ship is gone, once those resources are gone, the derelict ship will then basically be an empty husk and then eventually just disappear. And a new one will be spawned on a planet. Not quite sure what they have planned there. Not a lot of talk about how that's going to be introduced. But the fact that they have this planned in the works makes me much more excited, because the dream is now becoming a reality. And again, some would say, oh, this is taking way too long. But I think true citizens, those that really want the game of a lifetime, are just more than willing to wait for it. And the way that they're promoting Star Citizen is evolving. SIG, again, is becoming very transparent. The content is flowing, and we're seeing a lot of the ideas that we have come up with as a community starting to be more concrete, rather than just thoughts and ideas that we're just kind of like tossing around. We've had a lot of things discussed even on this channel that we're starting to see become a reality through a lot of the Around the Verse episodes, a lot of discussion through the Reverse the Verse episodes. I would like to see another 10 for the chairman. It's been a while, but I know Chris is very busy, and I get worried at this point about the funding also. I think we're currently at about 127 million. Other games, comparatively speaking, GTA 5 around 500 million. You know, like, this game needs a lot more funding, a lot more support for as much as that it is trying to encompass. And that is truly the challenge we are at right now. So as citizens, we really have to start engaging people much more positively, get them involved. A lot of the citizens I am in touch with are very positive, good people that are literally trying to bring more people into the game. I know I'm doing giveaways to help people get into the game, explain them how to get the game. I know there's a lot of confusion when it comes to that, but I'm always trying to be very constructive when it comes to, you know, new players not understanding exactly how to get in, or once they get in, what is it? What do I get? I don't understand. So I like to explain that. A lot of my videos also explain that. And a lot of the videos also talk about big concepts like this. I like to find design elements within games and discuss them with you. Now that I'm at that point, I've got a poll down below, and I'd like to hear from you. Thanks for watching this video. Check out the poll. It's about weather systems and how important it is for them to be accurate for you, if it matters to you or if it doesn't. To me, you know, and I'm sorry if this is biasing the vote a little bit, but I would like to share my view. Yes, that's why I've done the video. I think it is very important. It's kind of along those same lines as the survival video we did, and how important survival aspects in the game are. And, you know, that's very heated, and the poll continues to grow on that one. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any questions, please. I would love to answer as much as I know on this topic. I did do a lot of research on this particular video, and you know, I'm just happy to bring you different content. Thanks for watching here on The Games Gamers, and thanks for that great Star Citizen giveaway we had on Sunday. I had lots of fun. You guys can check that out on the channel. Another giveaway to be announced at the end of the month that will be held in November, again on live stream. What a fun time, gamers. Stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next vid.